Hello! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey. Thank you. Okay, okay. First of all, what a crowd. Look at that. Now, before every single event on this tour, we played a game with the team just to see just how expressive the crowds were. We've done Zurich so far, Vienna so far. We just came from Paris. And you, just on the first try, beat all the records. For real. Now, thank you for coming out. Thank you for being part of this experience. The cool thing about this room here and being a little bit, you could say, close to your fellow human is that this will create in the vibe something very powerful. You've all heard about the law of state transference, right? Yes? No? Someone like, what? What's that? The law of state transference means whatever you feel, they feel. So someone else feels, which is why if you sit next to someone who's very stressed, you're going to start feeling the stress. Even if you aren't, you could be having the most chill day, just meditating, and someone sits right next to you, which would be an amazing meditation practice. Find your most stressed friend and say, hey, whenever I time my meditation, sit next to me. You will see how that will affect you. You'll be sitting there like, shh, and your friend's like, oh God, like on the phone, just, Stacy, Tom, this. I don't know, some classic Dutch names. I'm like, Stacy and Tom, Ferge, is that what you said? Ferge, and I know, Klartje, stress. And you'll see, you'll feel it. You sit next to someone who's very angry, you're going to feel that anger transfer onto you, right? Which, by the way, when it comes to this type of work, when it comes to even you and your life, make sure that you are going first. I do this on my live events. Notice how I walk in, I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'm not like, hey, let me check my notes. Hello, everyone. I hope you're excited for the event. Thanks for making out, if you flew and took a drive out. Thank you. Notice how just even that in the last 10 seconds affected the vibe, right? Because you feel whatever I feel. We are that connected. We are pre-verbal beings. So when it comes to you, whenever you're talking to someone in any area, whether it's friendship, romantically, business-wise, you want to get hired for a job, it's an interview. If you go in like, oh, I'm very nervous and stiff and oh, hey, they're going to feel that. And you have to learn how to go first and how to ultimately own who you are, own your space, own your vibe, and also be willing to be judged and tested on it. This is very important. You want to put yourself out there? That sounds great, right? And you want to truly just embrace who you are at a core and just put it out there? Yes? No? Yeah. Okay, a few of you. The rest of you just want to hide behind sad little fronts, right? Right? This should be the whole crowd, which is quite interesting, right? Anyone want to be authentic? It's like 5 people. Yay! It should be everyone! Look, he wants to be so authentic, his hand is still up. It's like, yes, the question was 10 minutes ago, but I'm still raising it. No, the answer should be everyone. It sounds great. You'll see motivational posts about how amazing it is to be authentic, how amazing it is to put your true self out there. But do people talk about the downsides? What are some of the downsides? Hey, be authentic. What could happen?
You're going to be judged.
Oh yeah, you're going to be judged.
Beat up.
Someone's like straight to beat up in jail. Maybe not that far. But will you be judged? Yes. Could you perhaps be tested on it? Yes. Guess what? Just for the fun of it, me dressed this way, being born this way with such magnificent feet. Did anyone laugh at my feet?
Not at all.
Whoa, that was not very tolerant. I was born this way. That's right. Now, say this is me, authentically putting myself out there for the fun of it. Wearing this. Are people going to judge? Yes. In positive ways and in negative ways, but it's going to happen. If I speak up, if I'm loud, are people going to judge? Are all of you judging? Yes, you're doing it right now. You're judging me. You're judging me. You are too. You too. Don't look at the feet. You are judging me too. Everyone is. Now again, it could be judging in a good way, thinking, oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty inspiring. Or in a negative way. But you are going to be judged if you put yourself out there. If you start owning who you are, that's going to happen. And one of the big fears that holds us back is, I don't want to be judged for who I authentically am. If you had a choice, hey, you're going to be judged regardless. It could be for who you are at a core, or you can hide behind a front. You can be a little fake. Most people would pick the front. Why? Because it's like a shield. Defend me from the judgment. Sure, people might judge me and say, ah, that person sucks, but it's not the real me, it's the front. That is the first step when it comes to authenticity. It's screw this front. Put your true self out there. Sure, it might hurt if you're judged. Sure, it might hurt if you're rejected for who you are, but so what? There's that famous saying, although it might suck to be rejected for who you are, you know what sucks more? Only being accepted when you're being someone that you're not. Only being accepted when you're putting on a certain front. How terrible is that? What if the only time you were liked is when you're like, I'm going to go out and act as someone else? Even if you are accepted, what did you just do? You created this golden prison. And now you're always walking around paranoid, afraid that people will see through that front, see the real you. It's this pressure, this tenseness. And even if people like you, it doesn't even say anything about you and your self-esteem. It actually hurts it. Every person that likes the fake you hurts the real you. Communicates to that real you, I'm not good enough. Has to be the front. Otherwise, it's not worth it. And then it actually entrenches you in that pattern more and more and more. So step one is, hey, yeah, I could get rejected for who I am, but it's worth it. It's actually less painful. Then it's also not buying into the lie that is imposed on you, which is, you better get along with everyone. That's not true. You're meant to be rejected by people in this world. Does it mean that you're right, they're wrong? No. It just means that there's no chemistry there. If you look at all the people around you in this crowd, are you going to get along with everyone, yes or no? No. Do you all have the same favorite movie? It's like, well, yes, there's this Dutch movie. No, you won't. Do you all agree on the same music? Do you have the same goals? No. Does it mean that one is better and one is worse? No. We are all equal, but we are all different. So if you talk to someone you're just not meant to get along with, they are too different, not better, not inferior, different, you're meant to be rejected. And that's actually good. It's the difference between the people pleaser who tries to get everyone to like them, please like me, please like me, please like me, and the person who's like, you know what, I'm going to own who I am, here's me, take it or leave it. And people will not like you when you do that. They will either love you or hate you. There's no in between. And you have to be willing to venture into that zone. Not to be liked, just tolerated, but either to have people say, you know what, like a magnet, yes, and you click. Or, like a magnet too, nope, rejected. And trust me, this comes down to that famous self-help term, finding your tribe. Your tribe is out there. Just take this in. Look around you, how big this crowd is, and look at me. This is what attracted all of you. Baffling, no? Sure. It's true. You'd think, well, wait a minute. Because that's the assumption. If I were to wear this and dress like him and walk down the street and go to, what is it, Albert, it's not the grocery store, what would happen? I'd get ostracized from society. That's not true. There are people out there. Now, as I said, people will love you and hate you. You're all here meaning a part of you resonates with this, what I teach, who I am, the weirdness, the nerdiness, the quirkiness. But it also means there's a certain amount of people who don't. A certain amount of people who, maybe even in the hotel staff, I'm walking out, and they're like, what is this? And you have to be okay with that. And when you do, trust me, it's chill. Now, going one layer deeper, what you have to truly be okay with, you and yourself. Are you okay with you? Do you actually accept you? Are there some parts of yourselves that you might be resisting when it comes to acknowledging it? Past experiences, different aspects, different thoughts, things you might be ashamed of, things that happened in your childhood, things that even for you, you're like, that's not okay, hide it. Hide it from me. Suppress it, repress it, disown it. And this is where inner work really comes into play. Because you can hear this, it's great. Hey, be authentic, put yourself out there. Great, but if you can't be authentic to you, how are you going to be authentic to others? Do you even know what it means to be authentic to you? Because who you think you are here today isn't necessarily the real you. If you've been fake for however amount of years you've been alive, you're going to consider that fake you the real you. Right? Like, say you were born expansive, unstifled. You'll rarely see, by the way, especially imagine a newborn baby. They come out, it's like they do the spank to make sure it's like, cry, is it breathing? And the baby's like, I'm holding the cry in. I don't want the doctor to judge me. It never happens. That's the most unstifled cry you will hear, the most authentic cry you will hear. Yet then later on in life, what happens? We start becoming more aware. We start becoming socialized, right? We go through the whole process of socialization. What's this world? There's other people. How do we relate? If you have kids, it'll be shoved in your face. You'll see unstifled to starting to get stifled. Okay, I have 2 daughters myself. My eldest just turned 3. And I can start noticing even in her now, parts of her that are becoming a little bit more shy, a little bit more stifled. She started experiencing shame, which didn't happen earlier, and that starts kicking in. And that's the beginning of you forming the front, forming the idea of you versus who you truly are. And then if you've been acting this way for, say, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you're like, hey, that's me being authentic. Is it? Hey, I heard that if you're not confident, you got to fake it till you make it. Anyone hear that? Fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
Is that true? Fake it till you make it? No. What I like to say is, it's not fake it till you make it, because that's assuming you're being real, and you got to fake it. It's actually act real until you remember. What if you're faking it right now? What if you, shy, not confident, well, I got to this is me authentic, so I got to fake it and be confident. Who has to fake being confident? Only someone who by default's not confident, and none of you are that. None of you were born this way. Meaning that the cause of, say, low self-esteem, not being confident, being anxious, being stifled, comes later on. It's something that you learned. It's something that was conditioned into you, programmed into you. And the way to fight it isn't to try to fight it head on by compensating. It's to identify the source. This here links to a classic self-help idea. You might have seen Tony Robbins talk about it, where if you take, say, a certain assumption or belief, like, I am not confident, think of it as a table, right? There's the table, I am not confident. And what people do is they try to battle it. Like, no, I am. Fake it till you make it. And they start smashing the table, hoping to break it in half. Go away, bad belief. Positive affirmations. I look at myself in the mirror every night. I am confident. I am good enough. Come on, I'm good enough. Is that going to work? No. The more you have to affirm to yourself you're confident, the more it reinforces you're not confident by default. Someone who says that 20 times in front of the mirror, like, no confident person says that. If you're confident, you don't have to say, hey, I'm confident, because you just know you are. Do you have to affirm to yourself in the mirror, I know how to go to the bathroom? Do you? No, only someone who doesn't. It's like, you can do it. You can do it. Just, you know what? Just push. Just push. Okay? You don't. Only someone who doesn't says that. That's like smashing the table. Instead, here's the belief. I'm not confident. What are the legs holding that table up? What are perhaps the experiences that implanted that belief in you? Maybe in school, something as trivial as you might have raised your hand in class and you said some answer, it was the wrong answer, or it could have even been the right answer, and maybe a couple kids in class snickered. Like, oh, look at Julien. And you saw that and you're like, oh, they don't approve of me. Now, as a child, you have a limited perspective. The classroom's the world. What if you don't fit in the classroom? You don't fit in the world. Very traumatic. So you can be like, oh, I guess I can never be loud. I can never truly express my opinion because that threatens my life. And you stuff it down. You feel less at home within. You feel like there's something wrong with you, something broken in you, something missing in you. A key question for all of you here, think about it. This is most people alive, by the way. What do you think is actually broken in you? You might see others, friends, acquaintances, even strangers, and you're like, everyone in the world has it so much better. Why is it so hard for me? Why am I so different than everyone else? I wish I could be like everyone else. They just have it so easy. They don't deal with the stuff that I deal with, the doubts that I deal with, the insecurities that I have. Why? Why was I born this way? Most people believe this. Little test, raise your hand if you thought that at least a few times in your life, and then just own it. I did, yeah. The more you think this too, the more it disconnects you from people. It also links to loneliness. We think loneliness is being alone. That's not true. You could be surrounded with people, but if you think, hey, they're all operating at a different frequency, you could say, it feels like there's almost this invisible glass wall between you and them. That's very lonely. People are always shocked sometimes. You hear like terrible news that may happen in the world, and you're like, well, why did that person, for example, take their life? I didn't know they were that lonely. They had so many friends. Well, yeah, sure, at the surface. Hey, how's it going? But if internally you're like, I just can't relate, that's extremely just isolating and creates a lot of loneliness. And guess what? Most people feel lonely within themselves. They can't even relate to themselves. There's that split. There's all this stuff that's unacceptable. Being loud is unacceptable. Speaking my truth is unacceptable. There's only a little bit of good in me. And then we try to compensate in the external world. Well, hey, if all this is bad about me, and there's a little bit of good, I can accomplish more. And we try to have more, we try to do more. Maybe if I get more success, more validation, more approval, more money, if I travel more, if I take more action, if I provide more value, am I good enough now? And this links to another question for all of you, which is, are you truly living, or are you trying to justify your existence? And most people are trying to justify it. Then the next question is, who are you trying to justify it to? Are you trying to justify it to God, to the universe, to everythingness, to presence, to abundance? Like, am I good enough yet? Look, I meditated every day for years. Am I now worthy? Can I actually just be? Look how much money I made. Am I good enough now? Universe, parents, friends, society. Look, I worked on my personality. I'm less anxious than before. Am I good enough now? Am I good enough? And we just chase and chase and chase. Did I finally make it? Did I finally pass the finish line? Terrible. You weren't meant to chase this like fantasy finish line. Who even says what it means to be good enough? Think about it. Who can actually say, this is the finish line you must all aim for? No one. No one at all. You can say, well, my coach said that. My parents said that. Well, how do they know? In the end, it's all self-imposed. And when this lands, you realize just how naive and dumb we all are. Meaning we all create these self-imposed, you could say, requirements that we then start chasing. It's like me taking my phone here, okay? I have my phone. Let's just say I really wanted to hold my phone. So I'm here with all of you. I'm like, everyone, I have a big problem. I want to hold my phone, but, oh no, it's over there. Now I have to take a few steps with my big feet to get my phone. Oh, can you help me? Like, oh, now there's self-sabotage too. Oh, my foot's just not going in the right direction. You look at me like I'm a crazy person, right? You're like, wait, what's this guy doing? Yet we all do this. What do? We're like, hey, instead of the phone, this is a part of yourself, a part of your self-worth. Hey, you know what? Here I am. I was born, I came in this world just feeling whole, abundant, but I'm going to take a little bit of my self-esteem and confidence, and I'm just going to throw it behind a certain wall. That wall could be approval. That wall could be money. That wall could be success. And then I'm going to chase it. And then we live our lives that way. Am I good enough? I need it. I'm just so... Neediness comes down to that. It's self-imposed lack. Take a part of me, throw it, and then chase it. All of you here, if you feel needy, if you feel like there's just a void inside and there's something missing, it could be a person, an accomplishment, whatever it is, you created that. You bought into some lie that said, hey, you're not good enough unless. That was programmed into you. And even getting that thing won't solve it. You want to know the only thing that solves neediness and craving? More. That's it. Hey, you want to solve it? More. And that's also what the ego will do. It always just keep it right out of reach. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit more. Oh, you got some money? A little bit more. You got some approval? You need more. Oh, you worked on your health? Not good looking enough. Not in shape enough? A little bit more. Oh, you're on your self-help journey? Oh, you're watching Julien Himself? Gotta watch another video. A little bit more. A little bit more. Always just out of reach. No. What you have to really sink into is, well, wait a minute. Why is there this assumed lack? Why do I believe that I need to chase more? What are, once more, the limitations or the beliefs that just condition me this way? And then you realize that there's really nothing blocking you from feeling good enough right now, from feeling whole right now, from being confident, unstifled, relaxed, just at home within yourself. That's really the goal. How at home within yourself do you feel? Can you relax into yourself and be like, yes, this is the goal, this is the destination? Or, kinda, but there's some stuff missing. I need to be better. I need my life to be better, to be different. Or is this the goal? Now, one last thing with this first idea here is thinking, okay, well, is this the goal? The counter argument is, well, then what motivates you to do anything? Right? Hey, if this is the goal, well, then what? Well, when it comes to motivation, there's two types. One is out of desperation, one's out of inspiration. Just because, say I were to say, you know what, me right now is the goal, with my arms down. If I raise my hands now, well, now the goal is with my hands up. So you embrace every step. It's not just stagnant. You also have to realize that if you assume you're good enough, you're still alive until the day you die. So are you going to choose to then live your life being static? I'm good enough. Let's just wait to die. None of you were born to be idle and do nothing. In a way, this even links to deeper spiritual ideas, which is, if you think of life, it's like this great detention. Anyone at school ever go to detention or sent to detention? You're a naughty kid. It's like, hey, Friday afternoon, you're going to go and sit for an hour or two and just do basic tasks. That's your punishment in school. Yeah? Anyone? Now, all of you, a few of you, own it. Everyone's like, no, we were good kids. Okay? Well, what's detention? Ultimately, even the teacher there supervising you doesn't even care about it. It's like, oh, these kids. Okay, well, just do something for 2 hours. Just whatever you want. For real. For the most part, you could just do whatever you want. That's life. It's the great detention. You're all born and you're here until the day you die. But you got to do something till the day you die. How do you want to spend your time? This is the number one question when it comes to your purpose in life. It's not like, well, what will get me approval from my parents, from society? It's, I'm going to die. I don't know when. Could be soon, could take 40, 50 years. How do I want to spend my time here? I'm locked in the classroom that is life. One person could just sit here and just resist it, like, oh, is it over yet? People who are in a hurry do this. What are you trying to do? You're trying to rush to death. For real. Even if it's something you don't like, you're sitting here, you're like, I'm waiting in line for something. Could the line go faster? You're literally saying, hey, can we fast forward time? Can I get a little closer to death, the finish line? A little bit. I want to skip this line. Key perspective to remember, even in times where you just aren't enjoying the present moment, hey, that's part of your life. That's part of the experience that's being alive. Trust me, once you get closer to that ultimate finish line, you're going to look back and say, hey, can I go back in line a little longer before I die, please? A little bit. Just experience a bit of that. So don't be in a rush. And in the end, it's how are you going to live your life so that when you do eventually die, because that will happen, all of us get the same result in the end, no matter what you do, no matter how much money you make, no matter how cool you are, we all die. Can't take any of this with you. I'll have to leave this robe behind and my feet behind. It'll be a sad day. I'll have to let go of the neediness around the robe and the feet. I can't take my body with me. That's for rent too. Can't take any of this with me. So in the end, it's, well, was the experience worth it? And you don't have to have tons of money and validation for a great experience. That's like playing a card game and saying the person who has the best cards is the only one enjoying the card game. No, you even enjoy it if your cards aren't that great because it's about the experience. It's not about winning. You can't win. You get the same result. You die.